Hello world!
The Norwegian Nationals is right around the corner, and our honorary member Øyvind Storheim is the owner of Kulturoperatørene, and he has chosen to sponsor our conductor David King. We're now going to hear a little bit about the story they've had together since 1990, and hear a little bit about how the band sounds. Actually, did you take the call to David? Or who got
No,
David
actually,
on board?
we can start there.
Yeah.
That was my companion on B-flat. It was Sveinung, yeah.
Sveinung.
Yeah. He was the one, because we were discussing, we had done all the old guys, like Roy Newsom and, all the old guys. So we thought we needed some new inspiration. And David was just at Dyke.
Yeah. It was 1988, wasn't it?
88, yeah, I think that was in 88.
88 I was not playing at Dyke. I was at Swinton. I'd finished playing and I hadn't taken up the baton with Dyke. So you got me just before I got the Dyke professional conductor's job. But we'll talk as we go more seriously. So,
but that was the start, and it was Cabana, Sveinung, who was the one who gave
Cabana.
And then I was chosen as chairman of the band.
You were.
I don't know why, but I got that position, and so I was handed David over to me. Yeah.
Very soon after Sveinung, I think Cabana only had it for a year, didn't he? Before you took over, yeah. I still remember coming from the airport, Rocco, standing we're going around that great big curve that goes down to the salmon farm. And he's driving the car with one leg, and he's up standing in the car, looking around. Hey, alright, and dum dum da da dum da da dum da da dum. I thought, Rocco, that man, he was nuts. I thought this is going to be great, and it was great.
But he was he on the soprano then?
No.
He was on a principal.
He was principal corner, and
Kjetil was on the soprano. Yeah, that's right.
Kjetil, the great Kjetil, Blondie, Anna Britt. Sissel Hermansen on the back row. Wow, who else? Loads. I can remember loads of them. Anyway, what about Hildingen? And of course, I could never pronounce any names, so Hildingen was the hooligan. And I could never remember Anna Britt. It was 2 words, so I just called her Blondie. That was it.
Which you sometimes took to England for playing with Germans as well.
Absolutely.
You did.
Yeah. I can say some good stuff about that. I mean, she was with me when I took the Yorkshire Building Society band.
But the first year, Blitz, 88.
1988, the test piece was Blitz. Bung, bung, bung. Doom, go, dum. Yeah, all that. We got 8th.
No, we got 5th.
Did we get 5th?
Yeah.
We must have drawn number 8 or something.
Yeah, but we got 5th, and we had never, first time below 3.
I know, and I thought, what the heck? This Australian
It's never coming back.
Never coming back. And this Australian conductor thought, oh well.
No, it's fun, like Norway.
It was crazy, but it was an interesting combination, wasn't it? Because, I mean, we had some very, very good players and some people coming through who hadn't had the experience. So it was a mixed bunch, and the band had probably never won the Norwegian Nationals since way back. Yeah. Long back in the 70s. So we got 8th, and it was an interesting time because then I got the Dyke job in 1989 conducting that little band up the hill, and I remember trying to work out how can I get to Manger and still conduct Black Dyke band, so Black Dyke Mills band. So I thought, I'm going to go back. It's brilliant, great people, great family, very grounded. So I went back in 89 and we got 2nd, didn't we? And
90, 91, 92.
Yeah.
Was that the seconds?
Yeah, we got 4 seconds.
3 seconds.
4.
But we got 4 first.
Then 4 firsts.
Yeah.
So we got 5th, you say, 4 seconds, 4 firsts. Now, what happened in there was a very interesting one because the first second was 89, and I'd just gone to conduct the band in England, Dyke. 1990 was our second. 1991, the administration were looking for somebody more serious. So they asked me to stand down. We just won our second...
In Dyke, yeah.
Dyke.
I remember.
We just won our second European Championship, and we're on for a hat-trick, but they wanted a change of admin.
Yep.
So, cool. So I left there, and Manger were there I'm thinking, oh well, they'll probably think if I'm not good enough up there, they won't want me. But we'd had 2 seconds, and they said, no, we want him back.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we're going to keep getting seconds, that's all right. So we got a 3rd second and a 4th second, and by then I was part of the family. And then bang, 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 we had 4 rounds of ding, 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 which was superb. So it was 9 years actually with the band.
When it really started getting challenging was when we started traveling Europe, when we did the Europeans, because that was so demanding to the band. We had the Norwegian Championships, we had that for years, like the 4 seconds.
Yeah.
And then you have to go to Europe, and it takes a lot of the musicians. We were talking about earlier today that at that time musicians even had to pay quite a lot themselves to go there, and David was kind of demanding at that time.
I'm very easy now.
It's very easy. Yeah, it comes with age. We had some really good performances.
Yes.
And didn't really get paid for it.
No, we didn't get the result that we were expecting. But it was kind of weird because when Manger went to the European, way back in the 90s with me, I can remember getting 2 seconds, I think it was, in the test piece and the own choice, and ending up 4th. Because
That was
the
the
average
worst.
of the two. So that was kind of it. You had to swallow the bad news, which was actually you've got to take 4th prize, which isn't bad. We should be very proud of that actually. But
That was the montage one, wasn't it?
it was montage. Yeah, it was great.
That was good.
I
remember. Yeah.
And you had a hard job because then you had to look after me, and I'm really I need to be looked after because everybody in Norway knows. In fact, everybody in my life knows I get lost all the time. No matter where I am, I get lost. It's a little bit of a learning disability, but we had so much fun, didn't we? We got lost together. Just down the street here, we'd get lost. It was great.
One of the things I really appreciated was the connection we had then. One time you just showed up at my doorstep and said, hey, I felt you needed a buddy.
Yeah.
That didn't have anything to do with bands. It was just a hard time working.
Yeah.
Suddenly David called, I'm at the airport, are you home?
It was pretty nice, yeah.
That
And you ended up with a flat over here on your own in here. So we had some good times. We used to go to the nightclubs all the way through here, didn't we? All round.
Don't remember that. No.
And I'd always end up alone at the end of the night, and he'd disappeared and gone home to bed tired, and then in the morning I'd wake him up and we'd get back to band again. So it wasn't all work, you know. Back in those days when we were younger, we were very playful.
And we even had sometimes without band. You came to Norway once or twice. We didn't do band at all.
We didn't do band at all. We were just crazy boys. Yeah. Which was we won't worry about that because they're great memories, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah. So you were single. I was single. 2 guys in their late 30s, both single.
Can't remember that.
No, well, of course. Well, that's because you're a lot older than me. You know?
Yeah.
He's a lot older.
Yeah.
How old are you now? You now must be just on 60?
I just turned 60.
You just turned 60. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's bloody marvellous, mate. What's it like?
It's getting better.
Yeah.
But turning that kind of milestone, didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
It's kind of a mental leap. You have left the best time of your life. Feeling.
You think,
yeah.
You thought that at the time, yeah?
I'm still hanging a bit in there.
Yeah.
I'm not young and promising.
Well, you don't need to be promising anymore. You've got England now, and you're very lucky. I mean, you guys have been happily as a couple now for a lot of years, and it's pretty awesome, isn't it? But your more sad years are more worrying because turning an age, we all know it's just a number, but you found Ingen at a time you needed her in your life, and I found Rosie when I needed her in my life. I mean, it's pretty special. So the Manger Musikklag, as they were called, we used to rehearse out there in Radoy, just down the back of the canteen when they used to have those sheds there. And it wasn't always the best acoustic, and we never had much. The band didn't have much. They were hardworking, grounded family people. They didn't get sponsorship. I don't think they get a lot of sponsorship apart from your company, which now has taken the band under their wing because you genuinely have such a history with the band. It must be, in all seriousness, something you can be immensely proud of now that this wonderful company that you are director of, and Ingen is director of, have the able skills to provide the band with what they need, where once the band didn't have those things. So it's a great moment for you, I think, seeing the band now as part of your security. You're taking care of them. You're giving them what they need, the security that they need, and it's good because you're still at home.
But the thing is, when this idea came up, when we were discussing conductors, and I said to Mariana, you should bring back David.
So it was your idea, right?
No, I think they'd been thinking about it before.
Yeah.
And she said, I'm not sure we can afford it.
Oh, did she say
so
that?
I said, that again, it's sponsorship. It's a lack of sponsorship. He isn't that expensive. He is. But I said, well, if you bring him, I'll pay. The thing is that
I didn't know that. So,
but it is a two-way thing.
Yeah.
My time with Manger was amazing.
Yeah.
Even I started playing in Manger in '83.
Really?
16 years old. My grandparents came and asked, "You're a E-flat tuba player. Do you want to play the B-flat?" I said, "No, of course not." "Yeah, but you can do it in Manger." I said, "Yes, of course." So that's where it started.
Yeah.
And then went all the time I was playing. I was put in charge of the band, and that was a self kind of developing thing. I wouldn't be able to do what I do now if I hadn't had that time being able to play around with those 30 musicians, giving me all the possibilities, very willingly to test things. We toured Europe, England, United States. I met you, had to live up to your demands. Yeah, but that's what it is. So all of that have made me able to create what I have now and the company we have now, and we are in a financial position that we can't put money back. So it's a payback.
Yes,
it's a thank you.
Yes. Well, I can't think of a better thing to invest in than a good conductor. I think that's wonderful.
It takes that, yeah.
No,
but I'll even, I mean, if you end up with a spoon again, I can probably sponsor.
Do you remember that story about the spoon?
It was amazing. And the ferry.
I can't remember. We were on the ferry. We couldn't get to band without doing a ferry, could we? No. It was all changed. I don't know.
This is back in '91 or
before
something.
Before they built the bridge.
Yeah. Yes.
Great. So we just had a spoon and it just felt good. And the band played really well while I conducted with the spoon. So I thought, well, we might as well actually do the spoon on the contest. So we did it and we won. And then I thought, spoons are magic. So I went back on the aeroplane and I remember sitting with Howard Snell was coming back, and he'd been conducting I can't remember, he was conducting somebody at the contest, and I remember saying, "Hi, Mr. Snell," we sat down, we had a chat, and I still had my spoon, and he asked me about it, and I said it was just something that I just picked up. And then I went home and I thought, well, if the spoon can work, maybe a straw can work. So next time I was in England, I was conducting with a straw. So it all started with Manger Band and that little spoon from the ferry.
Yeah, a spoon. This small white plastic teaspoons that you had on the ferries. Amazing. That was good fun.
Yeah. It was good.
But where are your glasses?
Where are they? Where are they now?
Yeah, because we used to go glass shopping.
Well, funnily enough, now I can't see much at all, but I need to get another pair of glasses. I think every time I've come here, we've gone out glasses hunting. But you look good with these ones. These are quite debonair. Very sophisticated.
I've got a few. It depends on what kind of an expression I want to have. It's another 2 points.
Oh. They're really trendy. Very nice. Yeah. Very nice. Now
we used to do it. We ended up on glass shops around the city.
In fact, every glasses shop knew us. Yeah. There they come again. And it was exciting because I would go to Norway just to spend time with you as a mate, and we'd go and get glasses, buy glasses. Every time you tell me, you look shit, but you got potential. And that was great. So I have to change my glasses till you said I looked okay.
I remember your favorite saying. I look like I don't care, but I really do.
I look like I don't care, but I really do. Now I look like I really care, but I don't. So back to Manger. so we had 9 magic years, and you can't go much more than 9 years as a visitor, and things were, I don't know where I went, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, about 90, so it was about 96, and we said, it's time for change. It's time for change. And I think Yorkshire Building Society, by then I'd just started a couple of years before that. So I ended up trying to make that work.
And we started going to the same Europeans. That was a challenge. So it kind of, that's what I like now, that it's been, how many years is it? It's 20 years almost, 19 years since you did Manger. Yeah. We did that together. Yeah. And maybe in 90 years, Ole Gunnar Solskjær is back at Manchester United as well.
Well,
but again, it takes that time. Just keep the distance, keep the good memories,
absolutely,
and then start going back creating.
Yeah, well, you know, there's been 3 bands, and I've been able to take another band from here, another band in Stavanger. But it's interesting historically now, where I'm at with my life, to get an invitation to come back and work with the first brass band that gave me an opportunity when I was very young as a conductor.
You know, I was not too happy with you going to those other 2 bands. That said, it didn't matter.
Nice,
they're
nice bands.
They're nice bands, but they wouldn't have, if they call you back, they wouldn't have the reconnection that you have in Manger, because we had a much longer time, and it was a different. I think it was a different time in your career as well.
Oh, it was a different time in my life, not just my career. I was a young conductor, but I'd done a lot with a band which people in Norway wouldn't even know. It's called Swinton Concert Brass. It was a wonderful band, and I had them for 7 years, and they became British champions. But it takes 7 years. To build something from 4th division to British champions. 7 years it took. But that was my apprenticeship. But then when I was going through a divorce, who was there for me? Manger, my mates. When I was asked to step down as professional conductor of Black Dot Mills Band, I can laugh about it now, but...
that was a tough period.
It was a very tough period, because I was going through, I think at the time, I was going through brokenheartedness, I was going through a divorce, I was going through the loss of my esteem with the British brass band, only ever once, but you only need one damage, and it does affect you. Those 2 came at the one time when who was there and who wanted me genuinely, because they really got me. The band got me. They understood my madness.
But it was completely selfish from the band.
Yeah, kind of. It kind of was.
No, but it was not. But it was the mix of. What I think the band got when we worked together was the push to really go further. To really develop, to really and when you got that adrenaline once, you don't want to let it go.
No.
So that was
good. But there was good friendships. I mean, I've been today at the band room working with a new chapter monger, but I've still got one of the greatest cornet players that Norway's ever produced sitting up the back, Rune Gundersen. Rune is the most decorated, successful principal cornet players. He is number 1. I think he's won 4 national titles with the Monger Band. When his work took him away, he was broken-hearted, but he had to go with his work with the oil company. He had 2 or 3 wins over there.
It's the Manger, I think he had more? 6 or 7 with Manger during the years.
It's amazing. He's got more prizes, and he was sitting up the back listening to the band today and giving comments and working. And I've been working with Torana Pedersen, who's absolutely 100% grounded, understands me. He studied with me at the university in Salford, Manchester, and he's been doing my assistant work, doing all the preparation. He's been absolutely amazing. And today I had Torana there, and I had Rune Gundersen there as well, listening to the band, making notes, comparing ideas. And to me, that's what it's always been about. In the early days, it was Kim Lofthouse.
Yeah,
who
remember.
Lives in, up in Trondheim now with Elizabeth. Hi guys, Kimbo. So he was the resident conductor, and earlier to that was, of course, the late Michael Antrobos. So I had a number of different residents, but Kim understood me very much what I was doing, and Torana and Rune Gundersen both today understood exactly what I was actually after. So you've got that, and then you've got this wonderful cornet player who was in the band when I first came. The assistant principal of Manger Band was Anna Britt. I could never remember Anna Britt. I mean, it's such a hard name. So I used to call her Blondie. To me, she's now Blondie. Will always be Blondie. Now, Blondie is one of the great cornet players of Europe. And, you know, our history as music-making teams with Runa and Blondie together, yourself as a B-flat bass player and as the band manager, all this stuff coming through with all the host of players of the historical who are now in the Old Star band, etc. I mean, what a history.
But do you think there are something with Manger? Is there? I had something says that the personality of an organization doesn't necessarily come from the people. It is the organization itself has, even if you change all the people.
And I think also geographically, where the band is, if I just look at the three bands, they're all wonderful people, all got wonderful people in them, the three bands the top three bands in the country. I think if you look at them, the one thing that separates them, forget about music, just look at where they are geographically located. You know, I think that Radoi out there, that island, and that kind of, I used to think it was the Green Island, because green, Manger's green colour, the Green Island, it was like going out into the wilderness.
Yeah.
And I went there for a concert yesterday with the band, which was fantastic, working with the band, catching up with old friends, the old stars were there. And
but it is in a stupid small house somewhere in nowhere, in middle of nowhere.
Rosie, my wife, when we arrived, she said, "Where's the hall?" And I looked at this building and said, "That's it there." She said, No, where is it? Said, "No, Rosie, that's it. We're going to do our concert there." It was a great concert.
But again, Skog and Sletta has always, since it was built, been an important part of the history of Manger.
Absolutely. And I think that remoteness, rather than say, I remember going to Stavanger and it's in the city, it's fairly compact city, and that's where it's all at. Whereas Manger's out there, right out away from Bergen, and I think that makes the difference. But then I left, I didn't see much of the band, I had my Yorkshire Building Society era, but one thing I always felt was really funny was I could still say, because they said, "What colour do you want the uniforms for your chapter, this Yorkshire Building Society?" I said, "It's got to be green." It's got to be green. So we've always been the green team, all through those years, 11 years at the band there, and all those formative years with Manger. It's great to be home. I'm home, and I feel that the band has changed people, but it hasn't changed its personality. You can change the personality, you can change the place, but you can't change, I think, fundamentally the people and the way they feel, the way they are with each other as a family, and their energy is unbelievable. I mean, as you get older, you have to work harder to keep up with these young people. But
again, that's one thing that I find quite interesting now.
Yeah.
When we played, we were a lot of 25 years old.
Yes.
Now you have some 25 years old, but you have a lot of 35, 45, almost 60. I mean, the bands are getting older.
They are.
Is it good?
I think it's great. They're getting older, but there's young ones coming through.
Yeah.
If I looked at my team that was with me this weekend working, and I look at the front row, I've got a middle age, not middle age, but a little bit higher than young, principal cornet. I've got an experienced, top class, mature,
old,
blonde.
Sorry, Anna Britt.
That is so wrong. Blondie is still 16, okay?
Yeah.
And then on the front row is this wonderful collection of young talent, Norwegian talent coming through, and they want to be in the band. They don't want to be anywhere else. If you told them, well, what else do you want to do with your career? They look at you like you're joking. This is where I want to be. And then if I go onto the back row, I've got immense maturity. If I look through the Repiano, incredibly mature, experienced player. Both my second cornets. One, lots of maturity, played with some very, very good bands, huge sound, and next to her, her apprentice, I call Emma. So I've got,
apprentice. That's good.
Two that work together as a wonderful sound, and then on third are these humongously strong, powerful thirds to balance against the seconds, and they're not young. They're not old, but they're not young. So the mix of youth and experience together, I think I'm noticing that with Mongers.
But that's what I like, that it's kind of the scheduling of the rehearsals, the scheduling of the times that when the band works.
Yeah.
It seems like it's more adapted into a family life.
Yes.
Because we were crazy, we didn't have a life.
I think that's absolutely true.
But no, it's changing. So
Yes.
I think that makes the bands better.
It does. It's not what you do with, not how many hours you put in with the rehearsal. Or
it's the
how
quality
many
of the hours.
It's what you do in each hour.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So they're very energetic, very hungry, and it's hard to keep up with them. They're so amazingly.
That's because you're old.
That's probably it's probably because I'm the oldest I've ever been.
Yeah.
Wait, what I must say, we had the most incredible time though. The band, we must have had probably a week together, and then the band said they had family commitments, and we let the band go for 5 days. So Rosie and I went up to Tromsø.
Oh, beautiful. Did you see the Nordland?
Oh, we saw the northern lights. We went dog sledding. I went to a sauna. Rosie wanted me desperately to swim in the sea because I've had it on. I wanted to swim in the Norwegian. I think it's called the Norwegian Sea, isn't it? It's not North Sea. I think it's the Norwegian.
North Atlantics, isn't it?
Something.
Yeah.
But I wanted to swim in it because I lasted 30 seconds.
But did you go?
I did it. So a big
Amazing.
tick.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And then we did a little bit of sledding. It was good with the mobile motorbikes. It was good. So it was good. But the most important thing I liked about it was, and it reminded me very much of music, is that the real magic of that far north is the silence and the space.
Yeah. Yes.
Those two S's. And sometimes there's more music in silence than any noise we ever make or try to make, And I thought that and the space that I felt in the soul was just great. So it's in and around the experiences that we embrace historically. And I think going back all that way 30 years ago.
Just reminds me, I think.
Yeah.
Is that why you added the symbols in Essence of Time?
Oh, did I do something naughty? Did I add a symbol?
Yeah.
I've taken the symbol out.
No, you added them.
I've done something wicked. That's a cardinal sin, isn't it?
No.
I shouldn't do
It
things
is.
like that. But so...
And the composer he was judging.
Yes, he wasn't happy with me.
No,
And that was fair enough. I was bad. I've always been naughty. So on behalf of myself and on behalf of my wife Rosie, we are thrilled to be here with the band, Manger Musikklag, to be reacquainted with my Norwegian family that I started with back when I first came to the Northern Hemisphere from Australia in the 80s. That's very big. And to be reacquainted now with somebody who basically is my boss now while I'm working with the band. He's giving me the space to be myself, which is lovely, but
I'm more the finance department.
Yeah, but you've got to. We're very proud. Also, you're very proud of the band, but the band are also extremely proud what both yourself and your wife Ingen have accomplished here artistically and culturally with what is the most talented country for its size in the world. So thank you very much, bro. And we'll have a cuddle and we'll wish the band and everyone all the best.